Good day, mate. How about we just take a moment, shall we? Let's leave the hustle and bustle behind for a little while. I want to take you on a bit of a journey, a peaceful float above a truly special place. We're heading to the coast of Congo, to a city called Pointe-Noire. There's no rush here, no deadlines to meet. Just you, me, and a spectacular view unfolding below. So find a comfy spot, take a nice, slow breath in, and let it out. Imagine the gentle hum of a light aircraft, or perhaps the silent drift of a hot air balloon. We're climbing, slowly and steadily, into the warm, tropical air. The world below starts to shrink, and a sense of calm begins to wash over us. As we rise, the sounds of the city begin to fade into a gentle, distant murmur. The individual noises, the cars, the chatter, the music, all blend into a single, soft hum. Look down now. The world is transforming into a living map, a mosaic of colors and shapes. The sharp edges soften, and the grand scale of it all comes into view. We're leaving the ground behind, and with it, all the little worries that keep us tethered. The air up here feels different, doesn't it? It's clean and still. Now let your eyes drift towards the west. Look at that. That's the mighty Atlantic Ocean, stretching out to the horizon in an endless expanse of the deepest, most beautiful blue. It's a sight that really puts things into perspective, eh? Where the ocean meets the land, you can see a brilliant white ribbon of sand. This is the famous coastline of Pointe-Noire, a place of stunning natural beauty. The waves roll in, one after another, in a slow, hypnotic rhythm. From up here, they look like gentle white lines being drawn on a vast blue canvas, then erased over and over again. It's a timeless dance, a soft and constant pulse that gives life to the entire scene below. We'll follow this coastline for a while, see how it curves and sweeps, creating gentle bays and protective coves. The color of the water changes as we drift along. Close to the shore, it's a bright, almost turquoise green where the sun catches the shallow, sandy bottom. Further out, it deepens into that rich, royal azure that speaks of immense depth and mystery. You might even spot the dark, fleeting shape of a fishing pirogue, a small, traditional canoe making its way across the shimmering surface. It looks so tiny from our vantage point, a humble speck on the magnificent face of the ocean. The beaches themselves are stretches of pale gold, fringed with the deep green of palm trees and coastal vegetation. They look so pristine from up here, untouched and serene. Now let's gently shift our gaze inland, just a little. Following the coastline, we come to a place of incredible activity, a true hive of industry. This is the port of Pointe-Noire, the economic heart of the entire nation. From our serene spot in the sky, the bustling energy below looks like a carefully choreographed ballet. Look at the massive container ships, sitting patiently in the deep water harbor. They look like colorful building blocks, neatly arranged by a giant's hand. Smaller vessels, tugboats, and service craft move between them with purpose, leaving faint white wakes on the dark water. It's a complex and fascinating dance of colossal machinery and human endeavor. The port is a spectacle of geometry and color. See the long, straight lines of the quays and jetties reaching out into the water like fingers. The towering cranes stand like silent, watchful giraffes, their long necks poised to lift and move their heavy loads. There's a constant, steady motion here, but from our peaceful height, it's completely silent. We see the rhythm, the pulse of this vital place, without the noise and the clatter. It's a beautiful illustration of human ingenuity, a system working in quiet harmony when viewed from above. This port is the city's gateway to the world, and the world's gateway to the Congo. Everything that comes and goes passes through this very spot. It's a place of connection, of trade, of livelihoods. Imagine the stories held within those ships, the journeys they have taken across vast oceans, the goods they carry that will become part of people's daily lives. Let's turn away from the coast now and drift gently over the city itself. Below us, Pointe-Noire unfolds as a rich and varied tapestry of rooftops. It's a beautiful, sprawling patchwork of different colors, textures, and shapes. You can see the terracotta tiles of older colonial-style buildings, glowing with a warm, earthy red under the sun. Alongside them are the gleaming silver and gray of corrugated iron roofs, reflecting the bright sky like scattered mirrors. Each roof tells a story, covering a home, a family, a life being lived. It's a deeply human landscape, a mosaic created by the simple act of people making a place for themselves. As we float along, you can begin to distinguish the different characters of the various neighborhoods. Some areas are laid out in neat, orderly grids, with tree-lined avenues creating channels of green between the blocks of houses. These are the quieter, more established parts of the city. Then you see areas where the streets are more organic, winding and weaving like threads in a complex pattern. These neighborhoods are dense with life and energy, the rooftops packed closely together. It's here that the true pulse of the community can be felt, even from our great height. You can almost imagine the sounds of laughter, music, and conversation rising up to meet us on the breeze. Look closely at the spaces between the buildings. These are just as important as the houses themselves. You can see small, vibrant courtyards, hidden gardens, and sandy laneways where daily life unfolds. A flash of bright color might be washing hanging on a line, dancing in the wind. A patch of dark green could be a cherished mango tree providing shade and fruit. These little details bring the whole scene to life. They remind us that this is not just a collection of structures, but a living, breathing community. Now, as our gentle journey continues, let your eyes scan the urban landscape for patches of green. There they are. Dotted throughout the tapestry of rooftops are the city's parks and green spaces. These are the lungs of Pointe-Noire, beautiful oases of tranquility amidst the energy of urban life. From our high vantage point, they look like emerald jewels set within the city's grid. The deep, rich green of the trees and manicured lawns provides a wonderful, calming contrast to the reds, greys, and browns of the surrounding buildings. They are pockets of nature, carefully preserved and cherished by the community below. Let's drift closer to one of the larger parks. See the canopy of the trees. It forms a thick, textured blanket of green. You can distinguish the different shapes and shades of the foliage. There are the feathery fronds of tall palm trees, swaying gently, and the dense, rounded crowns of ancient mango and baobab trees. These gentle giants have stood for generations, silent witnesses to the city's growth and change. They provide shade, clean the air, and offer a sanctuary for birds and other small creatures. Their presence is a soothing balm for the soul, a reminder of the enduring power and beauty of the natural world. Through the gaps in the canopy, you can see the faint lines of pathways winding through the park. You might even be able to make out tiny figures of people strolling along them, or sitting on benches under the shade of a large tree. These parks are vital social spaces. They are where friends meet, where children play, where individuals come to find a moment of peace in their busy day. From up here, we can appreciate their design and their purpose. They are intentionally created spaces for rest and recreation, a gift from the city to its people. As we continue our slow, skyward drift, let's look for some of the city's key landmarks. These are the buildings and monuments that anchor the community, telling the story of its history, its faith, and its culture. There, standing tall and proud, is the Cathedral Notre-Dame de Pointe-Noire. From our aerial perspective, we can appreciate its grand architecture in a unique way. See the strong, clean lines of its structure and the cruciform shape of its roof. It stands as a beacon of faith and a significant landmark in the city's skyline, its presence a comforting and constant touchstone for many of the residents below. Let's move our gaze and see what other stories the city's skyline can tell us. Look for the distinctive architecture of the central railway station, the Gare de Pointe-Noire. This isn't just a building, it's the terminus of the legendary Congo Ocean Railway, a vital artery that connects the coast to the interior. From up here you can see the railway lines themselves, gleaming silver ribbons snaking their way out of the station and disappearing towards the distant horizon. The station itself has a sense of old-world charm, a relic from a different era that still serves a crucial purpose. Now let's look for signs of the city's vibrant cultural life. Can you see that large, open space near the city center? That could be a market square or a public plaza. These are the stages upon which the daily drama of life unfolds. Even if we can't see the people clearly, we can imagine the scene, the vibrant colors of fabrics and produce, the energy of commerce, the sound of music and lively debate. Further out, you might spot the modern lines of a new hotel or a government building, symbols of Pointe-Noire's growth and its forward-looking vision. From our incredible vantage point, we are privileged to witness the rhythm of daily life without disturbing it. Look down at the streets below. They are like arteries and veins carrying the lifeblood of the city. You can see the slow, steady flow of traffic. The cars, buses, and motorbikes look like tiny, colorful beetles moving along predetermined paths. There's a certain order to the chaos, a natural ebb and flow that corresponds to the time of day. It's a silent, mesmerizing dance. There are no horns, no engine sounds, just the visual spectacle of a city in constant, gentle motion. Let's focus on a single street for a moment. Watch the movement. See how pedestrians navigate the sidewalks, appearing as tiny dots moving with purpose. A group of them might gather at a corner, perhaps waiting for a bus or greeting a friend. A vendor might have a colorful umbrella set up, creating a small island of shade and commerce. These are the countless small interactions that make up the fabric of society. From up here, we see them not as individual events, but as part of a larger, interconnected pattern. It's the beautiful, complex choreography of human life. Now let's drift over a schoolyard or a sports field. You might see a game of football in progress. The players are small, energetic figures, their movements quick and fluid as they chase the ball across the dusty pitch. Their game is a burst of energy and joy in the middle of the city's steady rhythm. Or perhaps we float over a marketplace just as it's opening or closing. We can see the vendors setting up their stalls or packing them away, a daily ritual performed with practiced efficiency. These scenes are snapshots of life, moments of work, play, and community, all happening simultaneously across the city. Now let's allow the gentle breeze to guide us towards the edges of the city. Let's see where the tapestry of rooftops begins to fray and give way to the natural world. Look at how the defined streets and neat blocks start to dissolve. The city doesn't just stop. It slowly blends into the surrounding landscape. The last houses are nestled amongst an increasing abundance of trees and greenery. The straight lines of the urban grid soften into the organic, curving patterns of nature. It's a beautiful, gradual transition, a reminder that the city is just an island in a vast sea of green. As we float further out, the immense Congolese landscape opens up before us. It's a breathtaking sight. A dense, deep green carpet of tropical forest and savanna stretches as far as the eye can see. This is the wild heart of the country, a world away from the organized energy of the city. You can see gentle rolling hills and the dark, winding lines of rivers and streams cutting through the vegetation, making their slow journey towards the sea. The air here feels even cleaner, filled with the rich, earthy scent of the forest floor and damp soil, a scent you can almost imagine from our great height. This is a landscape that has remained largely unchanged for thousands of years. It's a world governed by the seasons, by the sun and the rain, not by the clock. The sheer scale of it is humbling. The city of Pointe-Noire, which seemed so vast just moments ago, now looks like a small, intricate shell resting on the edge of this enormous green ocean. It puts the human world into a powerful perspective. It reminds us that we are guests here, living alongside a natural world that is ancient, powerful, and profoundly beautiful. There's a deep sense of peace that comes from witnessing such untamed, expansive wilderness. All right, our time in the sky is slowly coming to an end. It's time to begin our gentle descent, to return to the world below. But there's no need to rush. We'll spiral down slowly, gracefully, giving us one last chance to take in the magnificent panorama of Pointe-Noire. Watch as the details of the city slowly come back into focus. The rooftops become individual homes again. The tiny cars on the streets become recognizable vehicles. The distant murmur of the city gradually resolves into the familiar sounds of life. Let this slow return be as peaceful as our ascent. As we get closer, hold on to that feeling of calm and perspective that we found up in the quiet air. Remember the sweeping view of the azure coastline, the silent rhythmic dance of the port, and the beautiful sprawling tapestry of the city's neighborhoods. Remember the green oases of the parks and the vast wild landscape that cradles the city. These images are now a part of your memory. They are a source of peace that you can return to whenever you need a moment of stillness in your day. Just close your eyes and imagine yourself floating once again, high above it all. Our journey is complete. We are back on the ground. But something has changed. We carry with us a new appreciation for the beauty and harmony of this special place. We've seen it not just as a collection of streets and buildings, but as a living, breathing entity with a heart and soul. We've witnessed the gentle rhythm of its life from a unique and privileged perspective. That sense of detachment and wonder that we felt in the sky can stay with us. So, before you go on with your day, just take one final deep breath. Breathe in the peace of the sky and breathe out any lingering tension. Let the gentle memory of our flight be a calming anchor for your mind. Keep that feeling of floating, of quiet observation with you,